Greetings, guys. Hello, and welcome back to the party. I'm ImperialJedi, and we are back at it. I unfortunately had to do a computer upgrade because my game was starting to run a little bit sluggish, and I was kind of running maybe a little bit low on storage as well. But I mean, I can already tell the difference. The game looks like it's like running great right now. So we are back at it, and to kind of change things up a little bit, I think we're finally going to break some ground over here in our little farming area, small town. We're still, of course, waiting to buy this tile right here just to kind of help beef it up. But I think what we can do is finally get started with a little main street, maybe connected to here, get some more activity to the train station and stuff, and maybe have a little road just goes up and over the highway here. I was thinking of maybe having a national road, so change this to national road. Have that kind of maybe sneak around, follow the contour of the rail just through here, and then maybe make a bridge or something and link up just to that 6-lane road and this transit hub, and that way we can just get some connectivity between these two zones. That'd be kind of cool, I think. And I want to try doing a bit of an upgrade over here. I don't know if we're going to have time for it. I mean, just have so many projects on the go, right? But you can see, like, I don't know, traffic over here, it doesn't really flow all that well these days. There's just so much volume. I think my plan for this is, it's going to be pretty dramatic, but we're going to delete, I think, this little V section right here. And maybe have that road go straight again. And then we'll get rid of this little highway piece and just replace that with a big roundabout. And then we can kind of connect a few arms into here. And there's a small chance that we may actually have to do an upgrade to this interchange, because we're starting to get, I think, just a little bit too much volume just in general through here. And if we are going to start beefing up, I think, this little spot, we're going to see even more volume, so we may have to change over to something like this. Kind of like a double crossover merging interchange. And then same kind of idea, but we're taking out the traffic lights by making, you know, cars go up and over the ramps instead of crossing at ground level. All right, well, let's just start building. Let's see what we can get done over here. But of course, you know, we don't finish it. We'll just add it to our list of ongoing projects, right? So it's not like we can really zone off this anyway, so I'm not stressed if we just do maybe a little bit like that, right? Oops. But we'll have like a support road or something go alongside here. And I don't think that sound barrier is a very small town kind of feel kind of thing. I think this would be more of a yeah, ground level like that. I think that might even visually look a little bit better too, just having that kind of, yeah. Oh, for goodness sake, this has been the wrong direction this entire time. It's so embarrassing. Well, that's okay. No one was back there anyway, so now people will use it. All right, so let's just sneak across like this, just kind of following the same general flow and shape, and then we'll become a bridge just through here, and then we'll link up with that little spot. So I want the 6-lane road to eventually kind of go in line with the highway. Might be a little bit close, actually, yeah. Beautiful. And then the tram line pretty much will do the same thing. Just cut through like this. Just follow the same flow. But let's have it match that perfectly. And this is so much easier to do since the mass transit update, just because you can see the snap points, right? There we go. So the downside to this style of layout right here is that we are losing, you can see, the ability to zone. So we could do something a little bit different, but just if we wanted to, we could have it follow, but we'll worry about that after. Let's connect our highway now. And then the idea of this, of course, is just to get some, you know, traffic flowing, get some buses linked up, that kind of stuff, right? All right, now, we don't really have a lot of room. We also don't really have the worst amount of space. Have that go like this and then link up like that. I don't necessarily want to make this too steep of a hill, or of a ramp, sorry, going up and over. Oh, I think that's okay. Almost. There we go. Now we're talking. Oh, that's not bad at all. I like that. Yeah, that totally fits the bill. Okay, that's great. Now let's bring our main street over here. And what I possibly see happening with this is road, maybe just like a little block or so. We switch over to this. And then what we can have is tree-lined one-way roads. Just going like that. And then we would switch back to, say, like this in the middle. Alright, now let's make this a little bit longer. Like a block or two. And then these would just link up like that. And then we delete that. And we do the same thing on the other side. So why do we have... Actually, why don't we shift this down just a little bit, and then we'll try and make a symmetrical thing as well, right? So let's just go like this, just we have it. Cut this all out. Awesome. Oops. Just link that up. Now, how far do we make that one away? Because I want this to look kind of even. If I were to take a guess, what would I say that would be at? Maybe 5 units? No, that's long. I wish the, there's 5, 6. Oh, that's a weird 5. Oh boy. Let's just eyeball this. I can't count worth a darn right now. Yeah, I wish when they added the extra degrees and stuff, they should have added a unit counter, like with the mass transit update. Not the end of the world, though. Alright, this looks relatively symmetrical. I think that's totally just good enough for what we're after. I'd like one street down the middle so that people can do like U-turns, like that kind of stuff, right? Oh, that's cool. I like this a lot. Now let's see what we can find in terms of kind of like small towny kind of buildings and fields, you know? Like a little courthouse or like that kind of stuff, right? Although we didn't really unlock a lot of stuff in the beginning. So there's a tax office. That'll look really awesome right in here. Or helicopter park, that might work too. We can have like a little fountain and like park set up in here as well. Oh, like that could be kind of fun, right? Yeah, there we go. Because I definitely don't want this to be a tall spot. This is going to be like a really low density, maybe like one apartment building or something total in this little small community thing we're building here. And why don't we just take one of these parks on this side? Let's try and find one that's a bit more even. Off by one tile. I don't like when this stuff happens. Yeah, that's just off by a little bit too. Now, I guess we could scale this road down. And that'll maybe hide the fact that things are a little bit off symmetrical a bit more. And I like that we have the gap here now. So the parking lot's a little more like planned. I do like that. Oh, but then how would you get in? Oh, goodness. Alright, one second. Let me just switch this little spot here. Ah, I might as well do the whole thing. Oh boy. We can make that the, there we go. Just so we get some trees in here. Alright, hopefully by scaling the road down, that would hide the imbalance a bit better. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, that works well. Oh, and I went into the workshop, or into like the in-game asset editor, to try and finally fix that little spot right there. But because I did the computer upgrade and I switched hard drives and all that other stuff, I don't have like the original asset in air quotes anymore. So it's kind of weird. So I actually can't edit this right now, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. But I finally tried to get around to it, and I couldn't even accomplish that, which is kind of frustrating. That's a cool looking little small town. I like this. And I find that small towns, there's a certain amount of symmetry, but it's more so just in their little main stretch. Like the little suburbs and little residential side streets, they're probably going to be a bit more chaotic and maybe a bit more based on like topography and like that kind of stuff, right? All right, let's just get another. My poor pipes are, as the city grows, they just get worse and worse and worse. But we started off with the best intentions with those. And so yeah, we'd have just a bit of commercial shopping, say right here. Same idea right there. I maybe have like one office building total. It'd be awesome if we get that in line right there, but that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. So we'll just keep that as commercial in here as well. And just same with right there. And I'd maybe like a pedestrian pathway versus having zoning go right through here. So if I get there's the snap point. Nope. Yeah, just do that, right? And then put some trees, I think, maybe in that back spot, if we can do it. The asset might be in the way. Oh no, actually that does work. So you do trees or a pathway. I think trees. People can use the road here for a pathway in air quotes. So we'll fill that in a bit more. Nice. Very nice. All right, let's bring some power over so people don't move out. I don't think there's enough power coming from this one windmill right here, so we're gonna have to sneak a power line, I think, through the back area. Just temporary. I was hoping to go underneath that, but nope. Alright, well, why don't we do something like this? There we go. Otherwise, our people are going to move out, and this will just be for nothing. Okay, so we need a school for sure in our little small town. That can be a downtown kind of thing, too. Or, like, a little bit closer to, like, city center. And we'll need a little clinic as well, that's for sure. So, again, try to stick a little bit with the symmetry. I want that to be in the middle. Why can't I get that one little square right there? That's weird. I guess we're using that. And then maybe we could have a little parking lot, perfect, attached to there. Yep, I like that. And then it'd be really nice to have maybe a little bridge or something going over the highway right here, just so you can get to the other side. Maybe it can be in line with that road, but not necessarily attached to it. Almost had that. I think that's even enough. See, I wish we could just find, so that's 400. We can always do that as a unit of measurement now. That should be what we're doing. My goodness. Life hack. Okay, so that's 400 worth, so that goes to that. Oh man, we're totally doing that more often. That's a great way to measure distance now by price. I love that. All right, now this will link to our little farming spot. And then just to help out with traffic, we're gonna link over to here. And hopefully the trucks use this and then connect to the highway that way, instead of just kind of cutting through our little town. But then we should still have a bit of truck traffic through the town, so it should look kind of cool, I think. And I'm going to cut back on the total number of traffic lights. So we'll just turn this into a stop sign. So no slowing people down unnecessarily. All right, now farming, it's a little bit tricky to kind of get an oversized looking farm without using any mods. So we're going to have to make sure that we're getting pretty decent overlap with our buildings here. And let's switch over to some dirt roads. And what I mean by the overlap is you want to make sure there's not too much of a gap in the zoning squares. You'll kind of see how that'll affect everything. So I would do this. And then let's follow now, again, the curve of the National Road. And I think from overhead, this should look pretty darn cool. Neat. And we'll have a barrier of trees kind of coming through here just to mark the boundaries of the farm a little bit more. Because for me at least, I find when you're not using mods, a lot of it's almost like, you gotta play pretend, right? So we won't really have per se a farm zoned here, but we can get rid of these trees, kind of make it seem like this is now a big open field. And we can do a few little things, right? So if we wanted to have a little farmhouse, just, bada bing, bada boom, have that say right off this. It's like a little farmhouse. And then, just so we don't get the wrong kind of industry popping up, let's just zone this really quick as farming. Subject to change, that's why it looks all crazy. And just switch over to specialized industry, click on our farming. Perfect. And then now, when we start putting these assets in, they'll come in as farm stuff. And we're going to hope for the best in terms of how the buildings come in. I'm doing a little bit too much zoning to start, and then we're going to maybe scale back some buildings if it looks a little bit crazy. And we're doing things like some pedestrian pathways just to kind of give the visual appearance like there's a little bit of a lane or something, but no cars will be driving on that. And then let's now put in just a little bit of a tree wall. A little bit of privacy from the highway. Maybe help a bit with the dirt and the noise and that kind of stuff too. And this I'm not making too dense, just kind of like a little thin line. Of course, the sky's the limit. We could totally dense that up if we wanted to. But I think now that kind of has a little bit more of a farmer kind of field-ish look to it, right? Kind of, sort of. If we wanted to, we could even follow these a bit too. I feel like for the farms, I always do a little bit of a less is more kind of routine. Okay, so we'll hopefully let this zone a bit. Maybe do a little, hope for a gas station or something, so we can get in there. Great. Now, hopefully people will move right in over here. Otherwise, this might just be a bit of an open spot for a while. Let me do the same thing again over here. Just put a wall of trees in. Well, a little anticlimactic if we get no farm buildings coming in. I'll move this to that side. There we go. Let's see what ends up turning up in these spots. I'm going to maybe shift it over to 3 speed just to help this area fill in a bit faster. Okay, so our small town Definitely needs a police station. Why don't we throw one of these down too? This is kind of like our, you know, downtown. Kind of like it. And I said I maybe wanted like one kind of condo, one office tower kind of thing perhaps. So why don't we do an office tower right there. And I'd like to do a little residential zone back here. So I'm going to pause. I think we're about to lose some power lines. We are indeed. But just a little bit of this. Cool. And then just one little building right there. Throw down a parking lot. Cool. Put that on 3-speed. Now let's get some power across. All right. It's actually turned out pretty well. I like our small town so far. Definitely in our small town we'd have like a church and a graveyard. So let's drop one of those down instead of doing a crematorium. And we can have that just in line with everybody else. The terrain maybe isn't the best to use, so we can try doing some smoothing out. That turned out great. Oh, it's excellent. Alright, so the main street, in air quotes, would probably go a bit further down. It'd be really fantastic to find a way to link this all up, right? But I don't know, that seems pretty crazy. As it stands, though, this just kind of seems like it's going nowhere, right? You know what we could do with it is have kind of like a little bit of a breakdown here. Let's put a roundabout in, just like a little one. Perfect. Just draw a few arms out and we'll just link these up. And this will just give us a chance to get some people over here. And there's no real rhyme or reason to the shape of this, just for fun. I guess we'll even keep it, why not? I just don't really want to do a boxed out grid or anything over here. It's just like a little residential suburb for our farming community. Just a little bit of shopping. I'd really like to beef up the trees right along this spot. So I might actually get rid of some of them over here. Just so that this looks a bit more filled in. I know that seems a little counterproductive, but... yeah, just fill this all in. Variety, the spice of life. No, the trees just make everything look better. So simple, but so powerful. Yeah, I like that. And I'd probably do a whole bunch more trees just kind of in between, right? That's a really cool start to our small town. I like this a lot. Oh, and the farming! Look at that! Starting to come in too. That's actually pretty cool. I don't think the buildings look all that intrusive either. Not necessarily a small town kind of farm feel. This might be a little bit too scaled up. So why don't we get rid of some of these bigger buildings? I actually kind of like the way those ones came in though. Pastures and these small little barns are more so what I'm after. This kind of like eco kind of cool bio building looks a little bit too much here. A baking company. I don't. It's an interesting building for a bakery. I love this though, in terms of like a little small town asset, like that kind of feel. All right, so why don't we, since we're having a lot of luck with this, why don't we continue this now upward? Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Okay, so let's do the same idea again, where we can just have like a little house or two just kind of dotted around, almost like these will be like the farm homes. And then we'll just put this all down. And we'll just throw down some trees too. Get some space in and around here. Maybe just enclose the farmer's house in a little bit. Try to maybe cover a little bit of the ground imperfections as well right here. And just since this area is growing a little bit, let's pop out another building on each side here. So I like the idea of this for the moment, but definitely gives us a lot of options for expansion, which is great. I like this little bridge too, it's kind of fun. And I think, just like we probably have in real life, there'd be maybe one more connection like that. Yeah, but I like that a lot. And this would just be a stop sign. Cool. Very much so cool. And I know this is a pretty sharp turn, going here and then to your right, but I think that in real life you'd probably maybe go this way and make your turn, right? That's cool. Okay, so for this to stay functioning, we're going to have to bring power over to this side. And we're going to have to get a few more people moved in. Otherwise our farms are going to be slowly become abandoned. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad start at all. Like, I'm happy with the way this is unfolding. Let's put another big park over here. Oh, well, I guess that park's not going to go there. Use one of these guys. That's the one I'm looking for. Just make this into one oversized park. And then now we'll just drop down a whole bunch of trees here. And we'll use the same kind of style of tree and same more or less distance in between the trees themselves. And that way it seems like this is just one big custom park now instead of just being an asset plus a little bit extra, right? Yeah, that's cool. And then some lucky people will have a parkside view and maybe just one tower over here as well. Why the heck not, right? Perfect. Oh, it's such a nice little spot, guys. Oh, I love the way these houses came in. Oh, that's so... Oh, this is great. What a charming little small town we made. I love this as our little center point. Almost like this is like the city hall kind of thing. Our little tax office. Oh, that's so quaint. I love it. Very good. Very good indeed. Alright, friends, well, I think we're going to end things off here. But we finally got the start of our little farming area and small town. And just overall, I think that's a nice little addition to the city. And so eventually when we buy this tile, we'll have this train come out, link up over here, do a small little cargo station right there, and we'll do the same kind of feel and idea where we'll bring down maybe a bit of a national road kind of in between here, space out some dirt roads, that kind of stuff. Yeah, this turned out really well, guys. I'm really happy. I think we can maybe sneak a few more trees just in through here. Those might disappear as things zone in, but no, I like it. This is really cool. All right, guys. So as you know, we've got a whole bunch of stuff on the go. We'll definitely keep changing gears, but the city, it's slowly coming together, and population-wise, we're almost at the point of buying a new tile. I think the death wave we were going through the last few episodes is finally over. Maybe not. So yeah, hopefully we'll hit that soon. Buy this tile here, get the rest of the highway and stuff working, and then we can go on a pretty big expanse in terms of residential and stuff. Then we can redo this hill right here. Hopefully buy this tile, get an airport in, build our seaport, finish zoning in over here on the other side of the rail tracks, and goodness gracious me, so much to do. Rebuild this area here, beef up this spot here, make a new suburb over here. Like, there's so much we can do, right? All right, guys, well, that's it. Sorry to take so long in between episodes. I just got bogged down, with, like I said, with that computer upgrade. Didn't want to make anything that didn't look too good. Trying to record, it was just a little sluggish, right? But I love it. The frames are there. The game looks great. I think the city is really starting to take shape. Not that it wasn't before, but you know what I mean. All right, guys, drop me a suggestion. Let me know what you think. Drop me a comment, I should say. Suggestion too. But I like this. I like this a lot. Turned out really well. And it'd be kind of fun to get a little bus or something going through here as well. Maybe have like a little bus station. Oh man, it'd be great. All right, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Happy building and all the best. Take care of yourselves.